So my name is Aron Frank. I'm an American composer, violinist, and music teacher. I was in residence at the FEU from 2021 through 2022 with the Harriet Hale Bully Scholarship. And I ended up staying in Paris. This is my second year in Paris. I now live at the Cité des Arts in the Marais doing an artistic residency. So I did my whole education in the US as a composer at Indiana University. It's called the Jacobs School of Music at Bloomington, Indiana. And basically I grew up as a violinist since I was 7. I've played the violin, I still do. And later I got into composing music and that kind of took off for me in high school. Had a couple of good teachers and then ended up doing summer festivals in the United States. My journey after that was very wide-ranging. After college, I was a music teacher all over South America. I was teaching kids in very poor communities all over Colombia and Brazil, Argentina, and then continued teaching music in the United States, in Texas, in New York City, other places, and then I went back to Indiana for my master's degree, then came to Paris. And I'm actually very lucky that this worked out with Noemi and all of the staff here at the FEU because I was sort of on the cusp of being too old for this. So I'm very grateful that I was able to come here. So on the 5th floor here, is where most of the artists and musicians live, at least. Some of those people that were doing the scholarship with me are still in Paris, like myself. We did a summer festival together in Fondation as well for music. And we've all kept in touch because now one of them is moving to the Cité des Arts also. So we discovered Paris together and we end up doing a lot of the same things because we follow each other's footsteps. There were also a couple of big concerts that we had in the spring 2022 where I met composers and musicians from the US that flew in here and performed some of our music. Ensemble Calliope performed here and I wrote a piece for them. And then the director of Calliope, Diana Ligeti, she's the director of the Fontainebleau Festival. So meeting her ended up enabling me to spend last summer in Fontainebleau and do the festival there, which I ended up winning one of the prizes there. It had a big effect moving forward on my career and confidence as a composer. And I would also just say Cité Universitaire is a super nice place. I mean, you can see today, it's beautiful. And there aren't a lot of places where you have like a whole campus. This is a kind of, I would say, a very kind of American style of a campus. I met a lot of people not in the FEU, but in the Cité Universitaire during that year, who actually I'm still in touch with. The Grand Salle is I think it's a very special space, actually. It's beautiful with the mosaics and it's a great ambiance for concerts. And I played violin and premiered, I think, 3 of my pieces on that stage. It's also a little bit of a daunting space because it's very echoey. When you're on stage and you're performing there, you're very conscious of every sound that you make because it's just very booming, very echoey. But performing there actually gave me a lot of confidence doing it time and time again. And of all the places in this building that I would remember, also the library I think is a very nice space for studying and meeting people. Of course, on every floor, actually not so much the 5th floor, but all the other floors you have a communal kitchen. And that also was a very nice place to meet people. So being here was kind of like the place for me to gather my ideas and really start like a new chapter in my professional development. So I really mean this, like I couldn't have imagined a better place to start the experience because everything here is made pretty much perfectly for you to pursue whatever it is you want to do. Yeah, I mean, I guess, because like I said, when I met a lot of people during my year here that honestly were not having such a good experience and they're feeling a little bit lost. And what I would say is that before I came to the FEU, I had lived in many different countries. And I was someone who enjoyed and feed off of living in a place which is not familiar to me. But for anyone that wants to come here and experience France and something different, I would say that number one, that's a valuable experience for you to have, and you should pursue that if you have the opportunity to study abroad in any country, and really immerse yourself in the experience and try to dig deep into the culture. You know, don't be just an American in France, but try to engage as much as you can with what's authentic to this place. And I think the FEU is going to help you do that. But all I would say is that I think the experience of studying abroad and challenging what it is you know to be familiar is super valuable. So go for it.